I'm going to rank every single bug-type Pokemon from Gens 1 through 9. And we start with Caterpie. I'm putting him in this middling tier here. He has great design. He's iconic. He's based on a real caterpillar, and this is what you'd expect for a real-life animal turned into a Pokemon. So, not bad. Metapod, we're putting him in the same tier. Even though he's a little boring, he is a cocoon and he fulfills his role. There was some confusion in the first generation on whether this was his nose or his arm, but we've moved past that. Butterfree, I like a little more, but I'm not a biggest Butterfree fan. I subscribe to the idea that this was supposed to be Venonat's evolution. They moved it into Viridian Forest because they wanted more cute Pokemon in the early route. That's what I think. But I wasn't. I didn't really use Butterfree. I used Beedrill. Is Mega Butterfree? Is Dynamax Butterfree? I'm putting in this maybe the same tier. I'm putting in Great. It is better. I'm putting it in Great. It is just an upgrade from Butterfree. I appreciate Butterfree getting this form. Weedle goes to getting bad. So Weedle's just such a boring design. I see a lot going on here with the two horns. Like it's safe from both sides. It also insects do this to confuse predators. You also see, the nose here. It's the same color as all the feet. So he's almost like he's made up a bunch of different Weedle heads. Um, so maybe slightly more going on here than we would think, but still very boring design. Anybody could draw this. Kakuna's going up with his brother. I like that Kakuna looks like he's wearing a necktie, but he's just the evil version of Metapod. They're twins. Beedrill goes above Butterfree. I always use Beedrill, even though I had blue version. I'd wait it out. Weedle was like a 1% chance or 5% chance, but yeah, I use Beedrill. He's got insect legs. He's scary. He's got bug vibes. Mega Beedrill. Yes, I'm satisfied with this. He fits together like a little robot. He's Yeah, I'm happy with this. I think all Beedrill fans are satisfied with this. So yeah, big upgrade. Paris. So when I wasn't using Beedrill, I would use Paris. Um, I'm gonna put Paris up in this tier. This isn't just my favorites. It's ones that would be perfect, but I'm bumping them up. Even some of my favorites that don't have good designs, I'll rank them fairly. He's got this bug mouth. He's got claws. There's a lot to like about this Pokemon. The original design, it teaches you about cordyceps too. Yeah, a lot to like about Paris. Parasec's not as good. I might even put him down here. Just because like he has mushrooms bigger, it obscures this. It makes the less interesting silhouette kind of. Other than that, it's very similar. The mouth is different. I really like Paris's teeth here. But Parasect, it looks like he doesn't have a mouth. But if you play a 3D game, like Stadium, you can see he's got like DSL lips, like very big lips. It looks kind of silly. But I love Parasect. Venonat, I'm putting Venonat with its mom, his true mother. I love Venonat. Somehow it's always eluded me. I've never used it in game, but I do like it. It's really easy to doodle. Very basic. Venomoth. I like Venomoth more than Butterfree, um, but again, I've never used it. I appreciate the design. He does look kind of stiff though, with his arms tucked into his body. Maybe that's because it's got psychic powers, but I just don't understand how this thing can function in real world, like with its straitjacket arms. Still, I like the design. Scyther. This was everyone's favorite. I'm putting it in perfect, just because it is so well designed. It's like the Lucario of bug Pokemon. But I never use Scyther in game. This Pinsir, same thing, goes into perfect here. Most people prefer Scyther. I do prefer Pinsir. I like his arms and legs. They're really well designed. He's got these long forearms that kind of reach just where his horns would be holding something. Gives you a lot to think about. His mouth is obviously very cool, very similar to Paris's mouth. Yeah, I like Pinsir. Mega Pinsir, I don't like as much. I'm gonna put it down here. I do like that they gave him wings. There's that makes you think because beetles do have wings. They hide them, and some beetles completely forego flying, like ground beetles. But here we have it's like Mega Evolution. They forced him to use his wings, his vestigial wings. But we're gonna put him down here because I think the parts of the design they just kind of made bigger. Um, yeah, we're gonna stick him in here because even though I don't like the horns, everything else is pretty well designed. Oh yeah, Lady Ba. I don't like Ladybug. It's not good. Its face is so ugly. It's like cheeks and its mouth. Its arms. It's like hands. They get smaller as they go down. And he's got like noodle arms, like Adventure Time. Compare that to Pinsir's arms. Pinsir's arms are cool. They function. They make sense. These are just cartoon arms. Someone didn't think about. And the same thing for Lady N. I mean, maybe it should go a little bit above. I'm putting it above, but it's not that much better. Even it's the thought process behind it doesn't make sense. It's a punching Pokemon, but I think its attack stat's like 35. But we're not talking about stats. The design just could be a lot better. Maybe it'll get bumped up here, but I don't see it happening. I really don't like its arms. Spinarak I'm putting up here with Caterpie, and there's not much else going on here. I mean, take him or leave him. The horn, I think the horn just designates that he's a poison type. Other than that, he doesn't really need the horn. Ariados is a little better. I'm putting him in great, because I do like him. I mean, he's got that scary bug vibe. You can see the face on the back. At first I didn't know what was going on here, but the face actually turns into like a false insect head, and these upside down legs are like antennae. So normally when a bug has legs that are inverted like this, it's because they travel through tunnels and they need to, support themselves in the tunnel. But yeah, it doesn't do that. Yanma. So Yanma's a really well designed, like just it's just basic dragonfly, right? But there's a lot that's real well designed here. I'm putting him up in favorites. I mean, his legs are really well designed. Not like see how Ladybug's legs are just these thoughtless bad legs. These make sense. Everything here is I like. Yeah, so there's a lot to like about Yanma. Pineco. I want to put Pineco in not good. Uh, yeah, I mean this is the same generation as Sudowoodo, where like people were surprised. Sudowoodo, oh my god, it looks like a grass type Pokemon. Well, Pineco looks like a grass type Pokemon. But yeah, the design's just not going on. And look at his eyes. These eyes don't even make sense. His eyes don't translate into a 3D space. So yeah, and this all this down here, I don't think they even considered what this is. Yeah, Fortress. I don't like Fortress that much. I mean, there's a lot going on with his design. I'd say he's better than Weedle. Yeah, let's stick him in this decent tier. His little Harry Potter eyes I don't like, but everything else works. I mean, they accomplish their goals. You can see all these mechanisms and things that work. Caesar, everyone's favorite. So we're putting him up here. I don't use Caesar that much, but we're putting him up here. Yeah, Caesar, well designed. Scythes turning into claws. I mean, that's like real evolution. So there's a lot to like about this. To take everyone's favorite and give it an evolution, a lot could go wrong, but they succeeded. This I don't like as much. We're putting it actually, yeah, we're putting it up here because Pinsir would have to. I'm dropping Pinsir down here. Yeah. So when I first saw this, I thought the claws were chainsaws, but yeah, so that's a disappointment. But everything else is fine. It's pretty similar to this, except the claws aren't as cool. Shuckle. Yeah, Shuckle's going up here. He's iconic. I love Shuckle. And Shuckle works in like the universe. He makes berries. He's a little worm. He has lots of like Heracross too. I like Heracross better than these other like counterparts. If you look at his legs, his arms, his antennae, I mean everything is just well designed. A lot of thought went into this. But this, not so much. I mean I get it. His arms open up. There's a lot going on here. I mean the way they turned his horn into something completely different, but it still works. We're putting him down here in decent, just because he's so ugly. But functionally, we we understand what's going on here. I think they just needed more time to get these two guys to look better with the horns here and the nose and everything. Wurmple, Wurmple's like one of the best worm Pokemon. We're sticking him up in great. I mean, like, look at all the stuff going on with his design. He's got more than four legs. I mean, like, anytime an insect has more than four legs, I mean, just look at Paris and Yanma. They get bonus points. Yeah, so there's a lot going on here. He looks poisonous. He's got a butt on his face, though. Silcoon and Cascoon, we're gonna put them in getting bad. I kind of want to put them in middling. We're gonna put them in middling, and we might bump them down. It's just there's not going on, a lot going on. They're boring. They're just circles. But these spikes do expand, and I never knew that until recently. Um, so they're fun. And sometimes they were designed with no spikes, and so that was a little confusing at first. So that's why I have this lingering. I don't like them, but yeah, today I think they're fine. Beautifly. Beautifly is definitely better than Butterfree. Better than Beedrill. I think I'm putting him up here. Beautifly is better than Venomoth. I mean, look, he's got the swallowtail thing. He's got the proboscis. Like, surprisingly, no other butterfly has this, which is like this is like staple butterfly design. So what's going on? So yeah, this is good. The colors are nice. Dustox is right up there with it. I might even put this up here, but yeah, I would use Dustox in Sapphire. Yeah, the eyes are original. It just I appreciate this. And even though he has little legs like Venomoth, you get the feeling he can actually use them. Where Venomoth's legs are just like vestigial. I don't understand. So yeah, perfect. I love it. Surskit, I think he belongs down here, but I'm gonna put him decent. Um, because I mean, like, even though there's not a lot going on, he's got a cute little face, little haircut, And when people think about water striders, this is just what in their imagination they think they look like. But up close, there's a lot. It's not what they look like at all. But yeah, so this is what you see from a distance, and yeah, it captures our imagination. So a lot of people don't understand this Pokemon. I want to put it up here in perfect. And if I wasn't using Dustox, I'd use this thing, Masquerain. I mean, like water striders don't turn into one of these. And you look at it, it has these four wings. And so what is it, 6 wings? I think these don't flap, but these are flap really fast, like hummingbird wings. And it's so that it could, I'm pretty sure it's so it can like hover in air, so you can get square with its eyes. I like this. I see this working in the Pokemon universe. Uh, like whereas some of these other Pokemon just seem so random. Like what is like Ledian? Like somebody made up Ledian. It doesn't even work. Ninjask. There's no way I'm gonna get through all these. Ninjask. It's very well designed. I'd say it's like Wurmple, but a little better. It's got a lot of bug-like features with its like mustache, its little leg. And actually, I get bonus points. See how this little mustache? The antennae come out of its nose, and that's actually way more accurate to bugs. Like as opposed to this, where it comes out of the head. It always comes out of the head. But yeah, so bonus points are coming out of the nose. Otherwise, he's just got a lot of buggy traits I like. Ninjask never really clicked with me. I get that he's good. I'm putting him in great. I do like that his back legs kind of disappear because he's sacrificing them to be fast. But other than that, the face, like the ninja mask, like horns and like, yeah, there's a lot going on here I probably just don't get. But yeah, I like him. And Shedinja probably belongs up in perfect. Because Pokemon's based on bug collecting. When you're out bug collecting, you do find these. And so it's nice to see it represented here. Its little halo, it's dead. I mean, I get a laugh when I think about this Pokemon. Volbeat, like I get Volbeat's ugly and everything. I think we're gonna put him in middling. Now this might be a surprise to people. I'm putting him up in decent. Um, yeah, he's ugly, and I don't understand what's going on with this pronotum here. But look at his antennae. Like, male insects do have enlarged antennae. It's so that they can smell. And look, Illumis creates sense. So the biology here makes sense. Um, sure, it'd be nice if they were fire and electric, but well, maybe someday. Illumise. So I don't like Volbeat, and I know it's pronounced Illumise. I call it Illumise. We're gonna put it above Volbeat, but I understand it's not like a best design. Like look at these like arm connecting rings. Like what's the point in those? It's just to make it so the arms and legs are separate from the body. I don't know what's going on with this pronotum, but yeah, it's at least an original design, and I think it's cute. The fossil bug Pokemon, it goes up in here. It's very well designed. It is based on a real animal, but there's enough going on here. Like compared to Caterpie, there's a lot going on here that I like, and there's a little mouth underneath. Armaldo is not as good. He's like a dinosaur bug, which I'm all about. I like that his arm inserts. They're like a ball and socket joint. Yeah, I can see him swimming. He's cool. Cricketot. When the fourth gen was leaked, I always thought this was gonna be a baby form for these two, Illumise and Volbeat. And there's not much going on with him. I'm gonna put him in getting bad because I mean I don't like him when I look at him. He's got the little feet, like Butterfree's feet. I don't like those. His little arms. Like how's he even gonna strum? Like I think these lines he can strum them. There's just a lot going on that they don't explain. Like I feel like this one could be good. Like look at Cricketune. I don't like Cricketune. It does have the antennae coming out of the nose, like Nincada here, so that's bonus points. But otherwise he'd be down here. And you can see like his the things on top of his head. I mean you can see how he makes music. It just he's so badly designed. He's so misshapen and fat, and he needs a third evolution to tie him together. These guys are better than Pineco. I'm putting them all up here as a tie, even though they're so boring. They're just getting bad. They're not bad. There's a lot. Like, cause look at Pineco. How does he even get into the tree? Like, he doesn't learn String Shot, right? Or does he? Like, the spike connects into the tree, but how does he get there? These guys like, explain they have psychic powers, and this thing is like a appendage. Wormadam. I feel like they could have done more with Wormadam. I'm just putting in here like the random flowers. Pizza. I actually used this in my first run through. This silver one. I mean the steel one. Yeah, there's more that could have been done with the grass one. Um, but we're gonna put them in here. Mothim, on the other hand, is actually a really nice design. Better than Butterfree, better than Venomoth. Yeah, he's going up here. I mean, like, you don't think about him that much, but he's kind of a nice design. The antennae original, the colors are cool. I mean, the males do have flights, so they can find the females. So yeah, Combi. There's a lot to like about Combi. I mean, look at the three of them here. This one's got a butt, and these two have antennae. but none of them have everything. They have to work together, and that is how babies are made in the bee world. Uh, Vespiquen goes in favorites. I mean, look at this nice design. I mean, need I say more? It's like everything I liked about Beedrill, but Beedrill has its problems. Vespiquen is just great. And this jewel on its head, actual queen bees actually do have that. They have an ocellus, that's just like a light detecting eye on their head. It's for used for flight. I also really like its these orange shoulder pads it has. It looks like pollen when a bee's collecting pollen. Okay, we have Scorpy, who I like quite a lot. I like Drapion better. I'd say he goes down here with Ariados. Nice design. I like he's not just a scorpion, just straight up. These claws are more like a tarantula teeth, like the Chelicerae. And he's got a pincher instead of a stabby. Yeah, so there's a lot to like. Oh, I just realized he's got pincher for tail, and then the little stabbies for pinchers. And I like the little mandibles, and his eyes are original. So yeah, Omega, yeah, goes up here with Yanma. The fourth gen had some hit or miss evolutions. I'm just glad they didn't mess up Yanma. They gave him a good evolution. It's not like cutesy or anything. It's a nice, cool, evil looking bug. Arceus just no. Okay, we got Grass Caterpie, who I do like. He does have a butt on his head. I like his colors. I like the concept. I like the way the leaf hugs his head. He's going up in great. I mean, what more could you expect? I wish he didn't have this butt on his head, but I like everything else. If he didn't have the butt, maybe he belongs here with Wurmple. This is the best cocoon Pokemon. I might put it up here. Um, yeah, it's better than all those guys down there. Yeah, so I like it. I don't know if this is supposed to look like Shears, his antennae, but yeah, I like him. Leavanny goes all the way up to the top. I'm happy with everything here. Yeah, it just fits. It adds to the whole world and everything, and I like it. Yeah, the fifth gen has a lot of good bug type Pokemon. Yeah, this goes up in great. I really like it. This I don't like it as much. I mean, it's limited in its function as a middle stage, but I like how you can tell how it rolls. It does have the same kind of problem with Metapod sometimes though. When you look at its back sprite, you get that instant like, oh wait, which way is he looking? Yeah, this definitely S tier. This is a must use if you're a bug fan. You tell a hundred people to design a millipede horse, like they're not gonna make this. He looks even on both sides, which is like I said with Weedle, that's what bugs do. Yeah, Dwebble, Dwebble's like Paris. Um, I kind of want to put him up here. I'm gonna stick him down here with Venonat. Yeah, I'm happy with everything. I don't hate this decent tier. Crustle, on the other hand, goes all the way. Either perfect. So he would be in perfect. I'm bumping him up here because I just really like him. He's just so satisfying to look at. I mean, you can tell how his claws pinch. Like look at this isn't like a perfect cube. It gets wider at the top. You can imagine sticking them all together, like standing them in a row. They'd make a big wall. Like I just want to stand on this thing. The fifth gen has good bug Pokemon, but this is an exception. It's like a can opener. I'm gonna put it in middling. I really don't like it. I like its little face, but yeah, is it supposed to be a can opener? I get that it opens this guy up, right? I don't know. I'd say mission failed for this Pokemon. The same thing for its evolution. Like it's so on the nose. Like I don't hate it. I kind of do hate it though. Look at this spike on its butt. Like what's it supposed to be doing? I'm gonna put it in getting bad. I may even put it down here, but yeah, it's getting it's not getting bad. It's not good. Uh, yeah, we're gonna put him up here. I mean, I like this Pokemon. He's fun. He jumps. He's like a tick and a mite, and kind of like a flea too, the way he acts. Yeah, he's like a tick and a mite. He's got four eyes. I just like him. I like his little mouth. And Galvantula goes up here. Yeah, I like his little palps. He's, the things I don't like, yeah, he's fuzzy. He's supposed to be. It just looks like he's wearing bell bottoms. And then his little butt hairs that come up. It kind of reminds me of Ariados's little things that come up. He's definitely better than Ariados, but yeah, it's kind of like Venomoth. He's eluded me. I've never actually used him in game, but I want to. I want to use Compound Ice Thunder. This Shelmet, is that what it's called? Shelmet? It's better than the other ones. I mean, I can see a snail being designed this way. I'm gonna put him in great, actually. I like his mouth. I like his face. I think the concept works where, like, look, he's a snail, but the snail's shell can close, kind of like a helmet. So there you go. I just think this thing was, like, so robbed of a good evolution, like, literally. Because this thing is not it. I don't like it. It's like, what, a mummy or something? A ninja mummy? So it goes down. I really don't like it. Like, Compare, look at these lips, and now look at these ones. His mouth, his eyes like inside of his mouth. I don't understand. And also, he gives me like religious vibes with his little cross on his head, his like headpiece. I'm sticking him down here. Not, I don't like either of these guys. I do like Durant though. I even like him more. Like, let's just look at these bugs in the favorite. They have bug-like legs, right? Most of them, and they have the right number of legs. See? Um, I like that he's got squinty eyes. It lets you know he's like. It makes him look evil, but it also like, yeah, he lives underground, right? He's not gonna have the best eyesight. I actually don't like Larvesta that much. His little haircut, his little sun motif with the spikes, kind of ugly. I'm sticking him down here, but I don't hate him. His evolution's better. I think it belongs up here. I mean, it's not like my favorite. It doesn't vibe with me that much, but I like it. Um, yeah, he's got the big butt, and he's got like little arms. And normally a moth wouldn't fly like this, like with its wings all square. And that's probably why his butt's forward, so he can have room for his wings. I'm conflicted. I want to put him down here, but I'll put him up here for originality, his head and everything. This is instant perfect. It's first legendary. It's fun. You know, bugs are kind of like robots, and it's it's fun to theorize like what did this come from? Like, is it a Scyther? Is it a Kabutops? Like, what's going on? But yeah, I like it. Oh, this thing. Oh, I don't like this. Why is its butt so big? Why are its legs so small? It doesn't make sense. Ew, I don't like its tooth. Its hair stupid. Yeah, I don't like this at all. It looks like someone just designed this like in 2 seconds. Its evolution though, I do like. I mean, even this picture is cool. The way it's looks like it's in motion. I'm gonna put in great. You know, funny thing about this guy, he's actually in Super Smash Bros. Like that's how like well designed it is. You know, if you don't think it's good, then you disagree with Sakurai, right? Yeah, so I like it. And these little things falling off, they're cool. It's like you can tell this thing doesn't taste very good. Oh, this little butterfly, I'm not a big fan of it. It's so small. I'm putting it down here. I'm actually putting it in getting bad. Like it could be worse. But it's got that. I would put it down here, but it's got that gimmick of being like there's like what 20 different forms. And so that does capture like butterfly collecting in real life. Which form is the best though? Subjectively, I'd say this swamp one. So we're gonna use that as the picture. Just because I like that color green. Grubbin, I like Grubbin's design. I'm putting him up here. I could not expect more from just creating a grub Pokemon. I mean, he has the nice big mandibles. He's got a lot of personality. You can tell he's a grub, but he's not like gross looking. Um, I'm satisfied with this. His evolution, the bus Pokemon, he's like a battery. I don't hate it. I might put it down here. I'm gonna put him in great because they had an idea and they executed it. This is it. And it looks original. It's not a boring design, and there's a lot of intentionality here. I like that he has a big mouth, and his mandibles get reduced temporarily. That's a little weird. I mean, you can tell he doesn't like dig anymore. He's got this big square body. Um, so even though he looks weird, he they accomplished their goals. I might put him down here. It's tough. I put him between great and decent. Although, I mean, is he really better than like Venonat? There's more intentionality here than Venonat, but I'm gonna stick him in decent. Oh, then we have this. This is a really good design. These these large mandibles. There's a lot of nice shapes here, and it's another like robot bug, which is a nice theme. Yeah, I just like all the little details here. He's very well designed. This is one of those Pokemon that like gets stolen. I think there's something like Nexamon has this Pokemon in it. And then we have Cutiefly. So I don't hate Cutiefly. I mean, it looks like the kind of Pokemon like it looks like a Pokemon I designed as a kid. Like it's very simple. I do like that its mouth is like a proboscis. It's very bug-like. It's got 4 legs. I like it much better than its evolution. Um, like I don't know what's going on with this scarf. It loses its proboscis and it gets like a regular mouth. It's just such a boring Pokemon. Like I don't understand it. I want to put it in not good. I mean, it definitely belongs in not good. I might even want to delete it. I'm saying delete it. It needs to be reworked. Like I don't even think an evolution can save this thing. I just don't think there's any fixing this. Oh, I do like its basic stage. This Dewpider or Spidew, I think it's Dewpider. I like it a lot. It belongs at least up here with Grubbin. Very nice design. It's very bug-like. It's based on a real. animal, but it's not just a one-to-one like Caterpie. It's a nice style. And his evolution has kind of grown on me. I didn't like it at first. Like there was too much space between his legs. Um, I'm not sure if I want to put it in great for now. I like its a big head with like the eyes and everything. But the legs and the body, I just felt were so. There's just so much like. I just feel like the legs. I'm just wasn't. I didn't really understand what was going on with the body and the legs. I mean, spiders do have these gaps in their knees, so it kind of makes sense. He would want to cover those up, right? But yeah, definitely worse than the basic, but I like it. And then we have the isopod, Wimpod. This is a blessing for isopod lovers. I mean, this is so well designed. He's got so much character. I like his face. I like that his tail. It looks like a scaredy cat tail. Like he sticks it up and it like moves. Yeah, so I think this just captures what isopods are in real life, while just being like a totally original design. And his evolution is up there with them. I mean, this is such a detailed, well-designed Pokemon. I mean, there's so much going on here to appreciate. I mean, his little arms. Yeah, he's very bug-like. He's scary. He's big. Yeah, he belongs up here in favorites for sure. And then Buzzwole, the next like bug legendary. Yeah, I consider these Ultra Beasts to be legendaries. I'm putting him in perfect because I mean, what more could you expect? This design is what it's supposed to be. I mean, look, he looks like he's full of blood, like a mosquito. You know, he's swole. His the thing is, his legs and his head save the design. Like I know his torso is just like, a muscle man. Like if he had Machamp's legs, he'd have to be at least down here. Maybe even he'd be here or here based on how they did it. Either delete him or whatever. But yeah, I think the whole thing comes together. I like it. Uh, the Pheromosa, from far away, yeah, it looks like a cockroach. Like that's what it is. Yeah, it looks like what it is. It's a cockroach and it looks like one. And I appreciate that. I like the concept of turning a cockroach into like a pretty lady. I don't think it's as good as Buzzwole in design. Um, Actually, when I look at it up close, there's a lot that I don't like about it. But I think they mission accomplished. They did what they wanted to. It belongs down here with Fortress. Oh, this thing, I forgot this thing existed. It looks like Scatterbug's basic stage. Yeah, I don't understand. It's got the big butt. It's got the little legs. Same thing. His big eyes. Like, does he even have pupils? Yeah, this thing's so ugly. It doesn't even match the actual biology of a ladybug. I mean, this thing looks like a caterpillar. So I don't know. I know he's supposed to be like a Poindexter with like big glasses, but it's total fail. They needed to do the entire rework of this Pokemon. Its evolution, on the other hand, is actually good. It's a well designed. If you've ever seen a ladybug like mid transformation, this is what it looks like. Um, I'm gonna put in great because it's actually showing like something about a ladybug's biology. It's a concept and an execution. Like whereas a lot of these and decent, like Butterfree is just like a cartoon bug. I may like if I had a tier between great and decent, there'd be a few Pokemon there like from the great tier. I'm gonna move this down here with the other near to the other cocoon Pokemon. But yeah, it's like one of the best in the decent. This Ladybug I think is a great improvement from Ladybug. It belongs. I want to put it up here in perfect, even though I don't personally like it that much. The beetle part of it is just its brain, and then it's got like a little alien body. So I'm gonna put it down here in great, just because it's kind of teetering on the edge of perfect and great. But I'm satisfied with this design. Its Dynamax form, on the other hand, is very good. I may even put it up here in favorites. I'm gonna stick it in perfect for now. It really pulls the design together, like it's an alien UFO. That's probably my favorite Dynamax bug Pokemon, right? Well, I have it above Butterfree. I'm gonna stick it in favorite, just for it being the best of the Dynamax bug Pokemon, and I do quite like it. This little centipede, he belongs down here with Caterpie. He accomplishes his goal. I feel like they made his evolutions first, and then they made him to be the basic stage. So mission accomplished, no complaints. His evolution's better. Mm, is it all the way up here? Yeah, I think I'm gonna stick it in perfect. This is what they wanted to make. It's got that thing that the other millipedes and centipedes have. It's even on both sides. Yeah, I mean it's not like the most complex Pokemon, but yeah, it accomplishes its goal without being like whereas Venomoth feels restrictive and kind of random almost. This it feels intentional. And its Gigantamax form is kind of a its Gigantamax form is kind of disappointing. Although I do like how long it is. It's so big. I'm gonna stick it down here. It could have been a little bit better, but I don't have any real complaints. Snom, so I want to put Snom down here with like Caterpie, but I think it belongs a little bit above. I mean, you can just see what it does just by looking at it. I mean, it eats snow. It's got its big mouth here. I mean, yeah, it's hard. It's hard to. I think it's slightly better. It's like on par with Caterpie, but it's just such a simple design. But I like that you can just tell what it does by looking at it. Its evolution, I'm not that big of a fan of. It's either great or decent. I'm gonna stick it in great. 'Cause, it's better than like Volbeat and Fortress. I don't have much experience with this Pokemon, but it does add to the entire Pokemon. It has a role. It has a role here. And we have Scyther's Crazy Uncle or Crazy Grandpa. I do like the design. It's hard when you have some everybody's favorite Pokemon, Scyther. They gave him an evolution twice, and so I think they succeeded both times. My only problem is its axe arms. The stick part of the arm is so thin, and since he's like made of stone, I just feel like it would crack, it would break. So his arms do look kind of frail, but apparently they're not. It's just they look like they are. I'm still putting them in perfect. Just I like the design so much. So this spider, yeah, I caught this Pokemon as soon as I saw it. It's at least perfect. I think it's the only spider with four legs on each side. Yeah, so yeah, this is they nailed this design. I kind of want to put it up here. I don't have a lot of basics up here. I think this just design is just so cute. It belongs up here. Its evolution is quite good too. Like I like it as much as I like Dustox. I'm happy with it. I like the designs, the arms and the legs, they stuck together. It kind of reminds me of Spider from Yu-Gi-Oh! Yeah, and it's based on a real like spider. I think an ogre spider. So I'm satisfied. And this little cricket, it's not my favorite. I do like it. I do like its legs, the little legs. I don't like the top legs because when they come down, like, do they even give them that much height? I feel like they're just there. Like this guy's just here to be the basic stage of his evolution. Like I feel like they made him second. Although I do like him. I like him as much as I like Snom and Caterpie. He definitely belongs down here. And low kicks. See, I don't see low kicks. I tried using in game. He's so small. I mean, I like what they tried to do with his design. I just wish his legs were bigger. Like they came over his head, so that when he extended them, he got like an actual height. Like the way it is now, he gets like 2 inches of height. And it's not gonna help him. Like I just don't see this thing existing. Like in this world, it really needs its second evolution to save its design. Because there's a lot of positive things going on here. Just it's not finished, and the legs need to be a lot bigger. Ooh, so this, it's hard to make a dung beetle Pokemon. Like you have a ball of poo for a Pokemon. I know they call it mud in the game, but we know what it is. I do think they really succeeded though. Like it's at least great. Um, you know, like I get its face is ugly, but I like the design of the face. It's not just like a smiley face. It's not just like a Venonat face. So there's lots to like about this. The little ball here reminds me of like a Munchkin from Dunkin' Donuts. I kind of want to put him up here. I'm putting him in perfect. Like you can't do any better than this. Like for a dung beetle, like that's supposed to just be a silly little guy. Yeah, I think that's right. He belongs up there. His evolution though, I like the body of it, like the blue part, and I like the concept that there's like an egg and he's holding the egg and there's like a little baby inside. Like if you clip through here, you can see this little larva inside. But that purple gunk around the egg, it just kind of like I don't understand what it is. It kind of reminds me of like an ovary. This is what an ovary looks like. But it's got like white fluff around it. And I don't know. I just don't like thinking about internal organs. So this Pokemon just grosses me out whenever I see it. The beetle part is fine. This needs to be deleted and reworked. And then we have this Paradox Volcarona. It belongs up here in favorites for sure. I really enjoy its design. I like it better than Volcarona. I do think it should have been a dragon type. And I know everyone says, everything should be a dragon type. But look, it's got a big reptilian tail. It's a dinosaur bug. It There's no other dragon bugs. So other than that, the design is really, really well executed. Yeah, other changes I might make. Hey, I think I was too harsh on Ledian. Um, it might even be better than these. I'm just so disappointed with its design. I'm gonna bump it up here, just because it is cute and it has potential to have an evolution, kind of like low kicks. Uh, Venonet I want to move up, but I'll leave it here. Also, Wormpole deserves to be in the perfect zone. It just with some perspective, it's clearly the best worm. There's a lot going on here with its design. There's a lot of legs. It looks like it's supposed to. It's a dangerous caterpillar. So it's a lot to appreciate here. Would you delete this dung beetle? Let me know.